I want to make this video because I support Palestine, and I think as a supporter of Palestine I didn't do much, so I done a lot of research and studied a lot. I want peace for Palestine. I want peace for the Palestinian people to be free and to live peacefully, and everyone to live peacefully. So that's why I made this video. I planned this video around 2 months ago, maybe over 2 months ago. So yeah, this APAC thing. I mean, like those people. Like, this is what happened when a man gives birth to a child through his butthole because they're a piece of crap. And somebody just two individual just decided to be a weirdo that day and traumatized me. And yeah, that was rough. But anyway, that's a story for another day. This is what I've been trying to do. A few days ago I just woke up and I was just like, yep, it's time. I think it's because of these acnes that just popped up. But anyway, so what's the solution that can free Palestine? Well, it's nothing new. This solution has been here for a long time ago, but I think not a lot of people are aware of this. For some people it might be very obvious, for some people it's not so obvious. Yeah, I wanted to bring awareness to this. I don't see a lot of people talk about, this topic as much as, the other topic. And so that is why I decided to make this video. Now, before we talk about anything else, you need a lot of background knowledge about the situation. So I just assume that you already have, okay? But if you don't have, I recommend you go check GDF's channel, and he has done a lot of research and has really gone in-depth analysis on this, the history and the records and everything. So yeah, I really recommend you guys check him out. I don't know why I said that like I'm somebody. Whatever. You know what? Whatever. Look, how to free Palestine. And also, if you are a Muslim, then this solution is complementary with the majority of eminent Islamic scholars of Islam. Now, I want to introduce you guys to Mr. Paul Findley. He's one of the Senate of the state of Illinois back in the 1900s. His name is Paul Augustus Findley. He served as United States Representative from Illinois, representing its 20th District, a Republican. He was first elected in 1960, a moderate Republican for most of his long career. So basically what happened is because of his questions, and because he released a book called forgot his book. I'm sorry. So basically, he doesn't like Israel, and he got kicked. Once the re-election started, he basically got kicked out. He just not really elected because he supported Palestine after.
There is no question but what the PLO, headed by Yasser Arafat, is the acknowledged leader of the Palestinians wherever they live, whether they be in the occupied territory or in South Africa. No question about it. But Israel is in a very unique political position thanks to the United States. Israel does not have to deal with its neighbors in a normal fashion. The lobby for Israel in the United States has become so effective, so efficient in influencing the behavior of the U.S. government that Israel has been able to count on American support for its policies wherever they turn. That means that Israel, because of the influence of Israel's lobby in the United States, is able to behave in an unprecedented manner in dealing with the Palestinian leadership. In every other political situation of this sort, one party has been able to select its own leadership, and the other party has been able to select its own leadership. But thanks to the power of Israel's lobby in the United States and the support that our government gives to the leadership of Israel, Israel is able to take this unprecedented position of demanding the right to select the leadership of the Palestinian movement itself. That's the root of the problem. Now, were it not for the extraordinary power of Israel's lobby in the United States, the government of Israel would be forced to come to terms in a normal fashion with its neighbors, including the Palestinians in the occupied territory. But as long as Israel can depend upon the uncritical, undivided, powerful financial, military, economic, and moral support of the United States, it does not have to behave in a normal fashion. That's the answer to your question, whoever the questioner is. And I believe there is something that gentleman can do to make a change. At the risk of being self-serving here tonight, Mr. Deedat, I would urge that gentleman to get a copy of my book out in the lobby before he leaves. My book is entitled, They Dare to Speak Out. It tells exactly how Israel's lobby has been able to attain this enormous control over the policies of the U.S. government. And if that gentleman would get a copy of that book and read it, and then mail it to someone he knows in the United States, he will help to bring understanding among the people of the United States about how U.S. policy in the Middle East is made. Because despite our enormous potential for communication, despite our books, despite our magazines, our newspapers, the American people simply are in ignorance about how U.S. policy is made. They really don't know about the power of Israel's lobby, and each of you here tonight can help to awaken their interest in this subject, to provide them information, to give them inspiration to help break this enormous grip that Israel's lobby has on the U.S. government. Most of the American people today are asleep. They don't know what's going on. They're worried about their own pocketbook, their own job, their own family, their own neighborhood, their own city, their taxes. They don't give much attention to what's going on in the Middle East. And they do not realize, as this gentleman's second question suggests, that the price they will ultimately pay for their blind support of Israel's military policies may be a terrible price indeed. It's eating away at the foundations of American democracy. Israel's lobby has been able to stifle dissent, to frighten members of Congress, to keep them from speaking out. It has also reached its arms of influence out into the universities and colleges. It has reached the business community. Now, only a tiny portion of the American population is supporting the lobby for Israel in the United States. But that tiny portion of the population supports it with such zeal, such fervor, such persistence, that it is able to dominate the debate on Capitol Hill and control almost to a total degree the making of U.S. policy in the Middle East. It's a dreadful situation that threatens the cherished institutions of the United States. All that is needed is for the American people to stir themselves, to become aware of what's happening, to know about the power of Israel's lobby, to become aware of the fact that they share the guilt. They share the guilt of the dreadful atrocities being perpetrated against the Palestinians every day in the year. They will then exercise their influence through the electoral process, and changes will come. It's my hope that my book and the work of others in the peace field will somehow awaken the American people, create understanding, in time to avert the dreadful calamity that this gentleman's second question forecasts? Thank you.
You see, there was a role. God Almighty, we believe, the Quran testifies that God had chosen the Jews, the Bani Israel. The Quran says, Ya Bani Israel, askuru ni'mati allati anamtu alaykum. So, O children of Israel, remember the special favors which I did unto you. Wa anni faddaltukum al alamin. That I preferred you above all the peoples of the earth for my special favors. He chose you. You say you are a chosen people. I say, yes, you are a chosen people. You say it's in the Bible. I say it's also in the Quran. You are a chosen people. Chosen for what? Because of your race? Because of your language? Because of your riches? No. You were chosen for a purpose. And that purpose is spelled out for you in your Torah, in the Bible, in the second book of the Bible called Exodus. Moses is made to say, Exodus chapter 19, verse 5 and 6. He says, Moses, now therefore, if ye will obey my voice, God is speaking through Moses, if you Jews will obey my voice and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me, something special. If you listen to God's voice, listen to His commandments, become right with Him, so you will be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. Quran says, وَأَنِّي فَضَّلْتُكُمْ عَلَى الْعَالَمِينَ, that I preferred you above all the peoples of the earth for my special favors. For all the earth is mine, says the Lord, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. That's your job. You are supposed to be a kingdom of priests, guide mankind to the knowledge of God. That was the role why God chose you. Now you have done away with that role. You have made your religion a racial religion. All the strife in the world, whatever happened in Germany, whatever happened for the past 2,000 years, is on account of that. You have lost that role. You have done away with that role. And if you do not carry out the duties and responsibilities which God had imposed upon you for making you the chosen people, He says, the same God, He says in your book, in your Torah, in the book of Leviticus, the fourth book of Moses, chapter 26, verse 18. And after all this, if you do not obey me, God is talking. You Jews, if you do not obey me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sin. 7 times more. Anybody else, you commit one crime, one punishment. You Jews, you get 7 times more punishment. This is your book of authority, your book of God, your Torah.
A very serious young man who was then an official of the county government came to me with nothing in the way of malice in his manner. He said with greatest sincerity, I must warn you, what you are saying and attempting to do in regard to the Middle East is going against God's will. You are going against God's plan, and I fear for you. And he was very serious. This man believed in the doctrine of millennialism. Yes. He also believed in biblical prophecy, under which God granted to the people of Israel the right to certain land in the Middle East. He believed that the day of judgment will come, and in his view, the sooner the better. And when that day comes, there will be a great battle on the plain of Armageddon between the forces of good and evil. And Christians will be raptured above the battle and be safe. And in that battle, the forces of good will triumph, and all of the Jews on earth at that moment will either be destroyed or converted instantly to Christianity. Now, this young man was not an isolated figure in my district. There are thousands of people in my constituency who believe exactly as he did. And when one takes the entire nation as a whole, there are probably 40 million American citizens that hold to that doctrine. This means that they support Israel. They want Israel to be strong until that moment of Armageddon. They believe it is their duty as Christians to give every bit of political support they can to the military strength of the State of Israel. 40 million American citizens holding to this notion of biblical prophecy that I don't believe at all. Most American Christians reject it. But still there is this enormous body of Christians who do support this idea. And they, in effect, are a part of the lobby for the state of Israel in America today. They cannot be ignored. They're difficult to reason with, but they are there and they are effective, and it's part of the problem that we face.
I'll link this video down in the description for you guys to check it out. It's really interesting. It shows. Why is it that interesting? Because he is a Senate, when it was all happening, when it's really started to pop up. So basically he wanted to make an awareness and for what's going on. This South African or Indian Muslim speaker in this symposium talked about what's going on over in Palestine, and yeah, it's a big problem. So the solution. Well, the solution is politics. That's right, guys. To go about this solution, you need a lot of knowledge and lots of patience. Before I go about to what to do, what's the solution, and what to do. So basically, the hard work part has been already done by who, why? How did they get away with it? Because a majority of Americans aren't aware of what's going on and did not question the government about the Middle Eastern policy because they are unaware, which is what Mr. Paul Findley was trying to do: spread awareness and democracy and protest and give pressure the government to make a change, and same. But before I say that, why is the solution the best solution? Because it doesn't require, well, there's a lot of reason why the solution is the best one, but one of the reasons that is not quite as obvious is that, if you just throw rockets at Israel, you're giving them more excuse to throw rockets at you, and more rockets at innocent people. So when you don't do, not throw rockets at them, just for defense, defense until the policy is changed and stuff, and there are more, and resolution has been made after corruption is reduced. So there's a lot of topics that I just skipped through. So what to do? Well, if you are just a normal person, normal individual, well, you see, if you're a person of knowledge and interested in doing politics and have a good heart and support Palestine, so I recommend that you become a politician. Like, seriously, just think about it. If you are, if you're pissed off about what's going on and you hate corruptions and you have knowledge and you know what to do and you're intelligent and you know what to do and your decision-making skills are really good and you know what's right and what's wrong, I recommend you to consider being a politician. Seriously. Just think about it. This happened because of the politician, just think about it. If you got elected, right, and you got the seat, or, and you got the position, or got the seat, it's called. Some people say got the seat, got the position, or whatever. And you're basically in charge, and you know what to do, and you're good. So basically, you just kick the bad guy out, and you, the good guy, are in charge. So if more uncorrupted, strong-willed, and good-hearted politician, intelligent and good-hearted politician, then basically you can, you can fix things up, right? Just imagine, like, hey, so what made you choose this career? A YouTuber? Imagine saying that. But it makes sense, guys. Guys, look. Being a politician is a very noble work. I'm telling you this. It's like being a doctor, but not really a doctor. It's like being a doctor, police, firefighters, all, and a politician. Politics matters, all right? You can tell that it really matters. Not a lot of people aspire to be a politician. Not a lot of good people aspire to be a politician because they say, this is boring. And I mean, yeah, it's kind of boring, but once you know that this really is important and this really affects people, if you become a politician, you're really good. Yeah, like you are doing a good work, like a doctor, what I'm saying, saving people's lives. You actually can also save many people's lives, and ensure justice and make sure everyone got their chance or opportunity and the for their lives. What I'm trying to say is that it really is a good job. I also consider being a politician myself because I realized that, because I know that it's a really noble work, a really important job. I have a heart, and if I have the knowledge, I can be a politician. It's better this way if I become, or you, the good guy, become the politician in the seat instead of this stupid, corrupted guy. So that's what I'm trying to say. If you just, like, you're a good politician, people love you, people elected you, and then you got the seat, you're basically, getting rid of the corruptions, and because, APAC seats, what I'm saying? Once you outfilled the APAC seats, they got less seats, and, this is actually a little bit more complicated than what I explained here, but you got the idea, right? I hope you got the idea. So, once you outfill them, they're not so much more AIPAC supporting, Israel supporting politician, and you're good to go. You can change policies, and peace. It's easier said than done. That's why I'm saying you need a lot of knowledge and lots of patience. It may take years, but it's the only way that could work. The solution that could actually work. So, consider being a politician yourself. If you are already into politics, you're a smart person, you have really good decision-making skills, you know the difference between right and wrong, you have a heart. Yeah. You want justice for the people, for your own people, and for everyone else. And that's that. But if you're not interested in becoming a politician, but you also wanted to help, well, there's a bunch of ways you can do it too. Mainly protest. Protest works. Protest works. Sharing awareness. If you know that your place is not aware, I don't know how, but if your place, wherever you are, is not aware of what's going on, then you can spread awareness, and all that stuff, the usual. But if there is a re-election in your area of whatever it is, mayor, that mayor may become a senate, whatever, a state, whatever else, whatever position of authority in the government they're in, ask them one extra questions. The usual questions, whatever the situation going on, whatever that needs to be done, that whatever works needs to be done in your place. But ask one extra question: do you support Palestine? And if they said yes, oh, this guy is cool, But be careful, there are a lot of liars, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of liars. And that's the hard part. Yeah, so that's that. It's just politics. It's just a normal thing. That's the root of the cause, is the policies and people not wanting to give out resolutions. And yeah, cool, right? So yeah, I hope you guys understood what I just said. Even I got confused sometimes. I hope you guys understood what I just said there. They dare to speak out. Silent no more. You guys might say, oh, you're too optimistic. No, bro. I'm being really serious right now. This would actually could work, okay? But people already looks like they're doing it, but it doesn't work. Look, if more people are trying, the chance of this, the good politician would outseating the bad politician, and the good politician will make, good policies and fair policies, and this would actually work. If you're saying that, this is just some stupid YouTuber being optimistic, look, you might think this might not work, but it actually would work, okay? Because the more people trying, the more people doing it, the higher chance this will solve quickly. This might take years, but it's better than not doing anything. Not that we haven't done much, but I'm trying to spread awareness that this is where we should focus. So if you are a person of high intelligence and you don't know what to do and you're pissed off as what's going on and you just don't know what career choice you make, then consider being a politician. Oh my goodness. Even I consider being a politician. I know what the difference between right and wrong, good or bad, and I have a good heart, and I'm quite intelligent. Yeah. And I also wanted to attend and learn politics. I go to a university and learn politics and rules and law and learn the laws and but I hope the university will accept me there. But hopefully they do. So be patient, it will work, and don't lose hope. And that is all. Thank you. If you're an American watching this, by not supporting Israel, you're actually benefiting America, like a lot. Like so much. You can benefit America so much for your people. And yeah, well, if you already have a lot of background knowledge and that, you would know what the answer is. Well, is this video useless now? Like what? Like oh my goodness, I'm so late and stupid. Well, no, actually, it's not that useless. You see, because of what happened over in Palestine, the whole world has been exposed. Politician has been exposed. Their true, like self or whatever. They're exposed that they are corrupted or, not really that good, or something, right? They got exposed. But this solution not only solve what's going on over in Palestine, it is also can solve normal corruptions, corruptions, as usual, what I'm saying, like stealing people's taxes and not doing much work and stuff like that. So I guess it's benefit, yeah, but sometimes taking matters into your own hand when you don't have lots of knowledge and you don't know, and you don't have a lot of patience, and you're not really good at decision making, and then I don't think taking matters into your own hand will be such a good idea, or it would rather be somebody else's. But this thought will discourage those who have actual knowledge, those who are capable and competent at the job will like, oh, maybe I'm not that competent, maybe I shouldn't, maybe it's just let somebody else. If you are intelligent, if you're competent and you know what to do, then please consider being a politician, your place. And this is a very noble job. It's very important, and it really matters, not just for Palestine, but for your own country and your own people. Thank you. You see, even in my country, there's a lot of problems in my country that easily solvable, that looks like they're easily solvable if it weren't for some lazy, dumb, idiot person who happens to be a politician who is seated in a place, head of state, whatever, and not doing much, and the country is lacking. Some politicians are quite incompetent, and they let down so many people. They're letting the country down, and they're not really competent and performing that well at their work, and they're letting people down. And I guess it's work. Okay, so this video is not that useless after all. Okay.